now take your seats. It is my great privilege to welcome you to the 2022 Commencement Ceremony for the American University of the Caribbean School of Medicine. I am Dr. Natalie Humphrey, Assistant Dean of Community Engagement. To family, friends, honored guests, and our distinguished member of the AUC Board of Trustees, Dr. Judette Lewis, who will be joining us today, we are delighted to be here to acknowledge the tremendous accomplishments of your loved ones. To the graduates, a commencement is an acknowledgement that you have completed the requirements of a Doctor of Medicine academic program. However, this commencement is so much more than an acknowledgement. This is a ceremony and a celebration that is extraordinary, not just because this is our first in-person ceremony in the last 2 years, but because we are celebrating the exceptional class of graduates here tonight. A few years ago, you all applied to AUC with a plan to pursue a career in medicine. And when you arrived on campus, you were met with a storm of challenges, literally. A Category 5 hurricane hit our campus in St. Martin, causing you to face what could have been a disruption to your education. But you followed your class to Preston, UK, our temporary placement, and eventually returned to our campus in St. Martin to complete the requirements necessary to transition to clinical training. And then another storm, a pandemic. Many of you were asked to leave your clinical sites temporarily with a lot of uncertainty about your future at that site. But class of 2022, some of 2021, and some of 2020, you met these challenges. Despite these challenges, you armed yourself with the necessary information and knowledge to prevent, treat, and care for illness. Despite these challenges, you maintained your commitment to serving the most vulnerable among us in our society. Despite these challenges, you have proven your capacity to meet the unexpected demands of healthcare today. Self-awareness, flexibility, perseverance, and focus. Your perseverance in the face of these challenges is really your resilience. And that resilience is your power to connect with your patients on their most difficult days. We are so proud of you. Despite these challenges, you will all leave this building today with a new pronoun. A pronoun that will always identify you as someone committed to serving others throughout that lifetime. Your new pronoun is doctor. AUC graduates, I am pleased to declare the commencement ceremony open for conferring the degree of Doctor of Medicine. Let the commencement ceremony begin. I'd like to begin by welcoming to the stage Dr. Pedro Delgado, Dean of AUC. Dr. Delgado was named Dean of American University in March of 2022. And since becoming acting dean in 2021, Dr. Delgado has continued to advance our strategic vision of academic quality and student outcomes with a focus on faculty development, curriculum development, and academic support. Previously, Dr. Delgado was Associate Dean of AUC's St. Martin campus, where he was responsible for faculty affairs, government, and community relations. He was also an important contributor to the culture of AUC's medical science campus that led to efforts to foster community engagement and academic excellence. Dr. Delgado actually joined AUC in 2019 from the University of Arkansas Medical Sciences, where he served as the Marie Wilson Howells Professor and Chair of the Department of Psychiatry and the College of Medicine. He was also the Director of the University of Arkansas Psychiatric Institute from 2014 to 2018. Please give a warm welcome to Dr. Pedro Delgado.
Thanks, Dr. Humphrey. Dr. Humphrey is the Assistant Dean for Community Engagement, probably one of the most important things that we do in the university, except for you. And this is your night. And I want to welcome everybody that's here, all the AUC medicine graduates, colleagues, leaders, family members, and guests who are here with us this evening. And greetings to all of you that are here virtually, because there are some virtual participants. I also want to welcome some of our faculty, many of whom you know and worked with, alumni board members, Dr. Artinian, Dillard, Smith, and Tanita, and then, as was mentioned, the Board of Trustees member, Dr. Judette Lewis. Thank you all for being here for the celebration. As AUC's Dean, I am thrilled beyond words to be here sharing this night with you. This year's ceremony is particularly significant because once again, we have the opportunity to come together in person to celebrate your milestone achievements. Not only with the class of 2022, but we have some previous graduates who weren't able to come in person, who are here tonight from 2020 and 2021. And they will be here tonight with their family and friends as well. This is an incredible occasion to be able to see you, our graduates, cross the stage and to congratulate each and every one of you as you begin the next step in your path to being exceptional physicians. You've also worked so hard, sacrificed so much to overcome countless challenges, to be here at this moment realizing the dream to be a physician that led you to start your journey at AUC. Some people told you that you weren't good enough, that you couldn't do it, that you aren't good test takers, that you can't make it. Well, you showed them. You showed them how wrong you are. Congratulations on that. Be proud of yourselves because you deserve it. On the other hand, one of the things that we're proud of you for is being grateful, empathic, compassionate, and sensitive physicians. You don't just treat a disease, you treat a person. And for that, we're also very thankful. Your experiences have shaped you, and we believe that you will be the physicians that we hoped you would be, that you'll connect with your patients, and thanks to the dedication of your professors that are here, administrators, some of us, staff at AUC, who've played a vital role in your academic success, and perhaps more importantly, to your friends and family that stood by you. You've been well trained as doctors, and your service to communities is something that we're also very proud of and try to instill. And your focus on patients, as I mentioned, as people, which is enhanced by international learning experiences, learning from diverse communities that you've been in, including St. Martin, and an emphasis on social accountability and engagement. I'm confident that each and every one of you will have a very bright future, just as our AUC alumni have done before you. Get to know them, meet them, talk to them. Amazing, amazing people. You're going to join a network of more than 7,500. I'm told that we've crossed 8,000 now with you guys graduating. alumni from across the world who are helping to shape the physician workforce. A lot of times, people in the US in particular, North America in general, complain that we don't have enough diversity in our physicians, that the physicians that we train don't know how to work with complicated systems, and they aren't committed to those that are underserved. And we hope that you will change that you're going to go out and you're going to change that. You're going to be part of the solution to a lot of the problems that face our society right now. You're going to be a workforce that's prepared to serve, and you're going to work toward an equitable healthcare system. Case in point, our keynote speaker today, class of 2006, he'll get a more full introduction in a little bit, Dr. Stephen Jackson, who's a program director, spinal cord injury specialist at Regions Hospital in St. Paul, Minnesota, assistant professor of physical medicine and rehabilitation at the University of Minnesota Medical School. Another outstanding alumni graduate. His passion and research focus on addressing health disparities and advancing health equity, the core tenets of our medical program, have already started to make an impact on the world. Thank you, Dr. Jackson, and our other alumni for joining us here today to recognize you, our graduates. They came a long way, not just to stand up here on the stage or to sit up here on the stage. They came up here for you, because they're proud of you, they're as proud of you as we are, and as your family is. From going back to your hometowns later, giving back to your communities and traveling the world, the road to possibilities and opportunities is endless. Remember, you, both past and present graduates, will always be part of AUC community, no matter what path you take, and we look forward to hearing about your future accomplishments and telling you about ours. It's been a true honor to support your journey from passion to practice. Congratulations, graduates.
Thank you, Dr. Delgado. I would now like to introduce our keynote speaker and 2006 graduate, Dr. Stephen Jackson. Dr. Jackson is currently a program director and spinal cord injury specialist at Regions Hospital in St. Paul, Minnesota. He serves as a clinical program director in spinal cord injury and medicine, co-chairman and medical advisor for health equity, and medical director for patient experience. He is also the assistant professor of physical medicine and rehabilitation at the University of Minnesota Medical School. Dr. Jackson plays a pivotal role in expanding the definition of healthy communities and open dialogue and conversations about diversity, equity, inclusion, and anti-racism. He has dedicated a significant time and research in these areas. He wants us to know, is there a difference in the change in function and discharge destination based on race or ethnicity? He is also a co-host of the podcast Off the Charts, examining health equity in emergencies. Dr. Jackson, we welcome you as an outstanding alumnus of AUC. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Jackson.
Good evening, graduates. And as Dr. Humphrey said, thank you guys for being extraordinary. I have to do something before I start my brief talk. Let's go! I just want y'all to know that I'm very proud of you, and I'm excited. I have to keep myself calm. Now that I've gotten that out, now I can kind of get through this. So first, I want to say congratulations on finishing the 20th grade. How does it feel? And as Dr. Humphrey said, I think she was checking my notes or something. What you've done already is extraordinary. What you have accomplished is already along the path of atypical and exceptional. But the challenge is to not get into the groove of ordinary and expected, but to continue on the path that is less traveled. So the title of this brief message is, Don't Be Ordinary, but Be Epic. And as they do in church sometimes, turn to your neighbor and say, don't be ordinary, but be epic. Okay, y'all don't understand me. So turn to the other neighbor and say, don't be ordinary, but be epic. All right, little audience participation there. So the definition of epic is a long narrative poem in elevated style recounting the deeds of a legendary or historical hero. I want to say that again because I'm talking about you guys. It's a long narrative poem. Raise your hand if medical school was long. You don't have to do that. In an elevated style recounting the deeds of a legendary or historical hero. Legendary, historic. Examples of epics are the Iliad and the Odyssey. You guys have probably heard of them. So I challenge you guys not to be ordinary. What does that mean? Don't just do what's expected. Don't show up on time and leave on time. Show up early and leave late. But be legendary and be historic. So I want to leave you guys with a 4-part acronym, EPIC nonetheless. The E is for excellence, doing your best all the time. I'm not checking my text messages, by the way. I'm pulling up a quote. In the words of John Wesley, he said, do all the good you can, by all the means you can, in all the ways you can, in all the places you can, at all the times you can, to all the people you can, as long as you ever can. So be excellent. Always do your best. My mom told me, if your best is a C+, then we'll get you a tutor. But whatever your best is, make sure you leave it all on the field. Leave it all on the court. Insert whatever sports analogy you want to, but leave it out there and be excellent. Number 2, P, perseverance. It's written in Scripture, the race is not given to the swift, nor to the strong, but to they that endure unto the end. And I can't remember another time where my perseverance has been more tested than in the last 2.5 years. And from the sound of it, you guys can attest to that as well. But perseverance is your ability to be okay and to fight through whatever comes your way. That wasn't supposed to rhyme. I'm not a rapper, but I tried, okay? But showing up and showing out no matter the circumstance. The race isn't given to the one that's swift or strong, but to one that endures unto the end. Number 3, integrity. Integrity is defined as a firm adherence to a moral code or a certain set of values, or how one conducts themselves when no one is looking. You guys probably know that you shouldn't cut corners. After all, you're being hooded today as doctors of medicine. It has a great ring to it, doesn't it? But don't start cutting corners now. You're going to be tired. You're going to meet new challenges. You may want to cash it in. But remember what you have accomplished. And remember to uphold what you truly believe, and that is you belong where you are, and you belong in the place that you are in order to affect the world that you are in. People are waiting on you. Hospital systems are waiting for your gifts and talents. Cures are waiting for you to discover them. Think about that. There might be a cure for cancer in this room. Who knows? Oh yeah, I think that's worth clapping for. Yes, yes, yes. But when no one is looking, still be that one that shows up early and leaves late. Even when the recognitions get a little quiet and you don't get thanked like you need to be thanked, still do what you were called to do because people are depending on you. Finally, compassion. Compassion, and I'll say this, we care for people by truly caring about the people that we care for. Let me say that one more time. We care for people as doctors, as physicians and clinicians, by caring about the people that we care for. Our patients, when they show up, they may have hypertension and diabetes. They may have a fracture. They may need a medication. But our patients are more than a diagnosis. Our patients are more than a chief complaint. Our patients are Miami Hurricanes fans. Our patients are Chicago Bears fans. Okay, I heard some Chicago out there, thank you, I'm not alone. But we care for people by caring about people. Care about what your patients care about. Don't arrive so quickly to the diagnosis and treatment that you forget that Jill's daughter is getting married next weekend. Don't forget that they just had a new baby. And that's what's top of mind. Not the high blood pressure, but how well that baby's doing. In other words, care about the people that you care for, because it'll go a long way. And as I close, my niece, the daughter of my late brother, I was at her graduation this past April, and I was charged to speak at a symposium for prospective medical students. And they asked me the question, what is it that you wish you had known before you went into the medical field? And I took some time to think about that, pause a bit. And of the many things that flooded my brain with a question like that, the answer I came up with, I wish I had known that it was okay to love my patients. When I was an intern at the Mayo Clinic in general surgery, the complaint that was about me wasn't my surgical technique, because I was pretty good, y'all. It wasn't my medical knowledge, but every now and again, my chief would pull me aside and say, Jackson, you are spending too much time with the patients. So I knew right off the bat I was doing something right if that's my complaint. About a month ago, I met a gentleman named Fred. Fred had metastatic prostate cancer. And we didn't know that Fred only had about 3 months to live. But in the 12 days that I knew Fred, we connected. Fred said, I can count on my hands how many friends I have. And Fred was 63, so he's come across a lot of people. And he said, Dr. Jackson, I consider you my friend. And it meant so much to me. I got a call from Fred's wife saying that he had passed on. And I felt that a part of me had passed on. And I had only known him for 12 days. And I was honored that they asked me to speak at his homegoing. What is my point? You know, I could have treated Fred like a patient. I could have helped him with his rehab, his spinal cord education, shook hands and went on my merry way to the next room or to the next clinic visit. But I chose to care about Fred, not just care for Fred. And although it hurt that he passed on, I wouldn't trade the relationship that I had with him for the world. And I want to encourage you guys. You guys will do medicine in your sleep. You will do blood pressure and diabetes and orthopedics and radiology and whatever fields of study you go into in your sleep. But I guarantee your fulfillment will come when you relate and when you connect with the people you serve and with the people you love. So, as I sit down for the second time, an epic is, let me read it here because I don't want to get it wrong. An epic is a long narrative poem in elevated style, recounting deeds of a legendary and historical hero. I encourage you guys, don't be ordinary, be epic, be legendary, be historic. And on that fateful day when it's time to retire, people will talk about you, and they will say that doctor was epic. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Jackson. Dr. Kimberly Kirkland will now announce the Student Government Commitment and Leadership Award recipient. An Associate Dean of Student Affairs, Dr. Kirkland provides oversight for student affairs, wellness counseling across AUC's four-year program, and also leads Thrive, the university's wellness initiative. She also chairs AUC's admissions committee. Dr. Kirkland is committed to medical student leadership and success. She is the administrative liaison for the clinical SGA and the executive SGA, and together with Dr. Rinker, she has worked with the entire SGA on their restructure of the four-year Student Government Association. Welcome, Dr. Kirkland.
I don't know if I can follow Dr. Jackson. That was amazing. Can we have another hand of applause for Dr. Jackson? Fantastic. All right. As student affairs deans, Dr. Rinker and I know the importance of leadership skills for success in medical school and as physicians. One of the best ways students can develop and demonstrate their leadership skills is through a role in AUC's four-year Student Government Association. The Student Government Commitment and Leadership Award is a new award that was created to recognize the exceptional leadership of graduates who have served as SGA Council presidents. Tonight we bestow this award to three recipients. Not only did these graduates serve as council presidents, in 2021, they collaborated with each other and with administration to revolutionize the AUC SGA, creating a robust four-year student government association encompassing our two campuses and clinical sciences with over 85 active student government members. Can we give a round of applause for that? I will announce the recipients in alphabetical order. First, Dr. Nicole DiTomaso. Dr. Tomaso graduated in April and will begin her residency in general surgery at St. Mary's Hospital in Connecticut. At AUC, she served as president for three SGA councils, the St. Martin SGA, the Clinical SGA, and the Executive SGA. I am pleased to announce Dr. DiTomaso as a recipient of the Student Government Commitment and Leadership Award. Dr. Tomaso? If the other recipients want to go ahead and line up as well. Dr. Russell Donovan graduated in April and will begin his residency in family medicine at Christus Healthcare in Texas. He served as president of the Clinical SGA. I am pleased to announce Dr. Donovan as a recipient of the Student Government Commitment and Leadership Award. And finally, Dr. Christina Perez Archie graduated in April, and she will begin her residency in pediatrics at Nicholas Children's Hospital in Florida. She served as president of three councils, St. Martin SGA, Clinical SGA, and Executive SGA. I am pleased to announce Dr. Perez Archie as a recipient of the Student Government Commitment and Leadership Award. I would like to now welcome Dean Humphrey back to the stage.
Congratulations, awardees. I have the pleasure of introducing Dr. Julie Taylor, who recently served as Chief Academic Officer and Senior Associate Dean and Student Affairs for Academic and Student Affairs. In this role, Dr. Taylor oversaw academic affairs and student affairs on the St. Martin campus and all clinical sites, managed accreditation and approval processes, and developed new programs. This academic year, join me in congratulating her as becoming Senior Associate Dean of International Medical Education. As an academic family physician, Dr. Taylor's clinical and academic areas of expertise include maternal child health and medical education. She has a proven track record of academic success, having served as a textbook editor, a textbook author, and the principal investigator of 3 federally funded studies in medical education grants. And she has authored more than 110 peer-reviewed publications. Dr. Taylor will now announce the recipients of the Outstanding Academic Achievement Awards.
All right, I have the privilege of giving some additional academic awards tonight. I have 3 awards, and if you are the recipient of one, please come up and receive it here, and let us all celebrate your epic accomplishments. Every year, AUC gives Outstanding Academic Achievement Awards to those who have excelled throughout their time at AUC. And this year, we're proud to present 3 awards to students who have demonstrated an exemplary commitment to the study of medicine. And by that, I mean that their GPAs have been 94 or higher during their studies at AUC. I think you all know there are a lot of smart people sitting right here, and we're here celebrating all of them, but this accomplishment of these 3 graduating physicians is extraordinary. So first, I am pleased to announce Dr. Tiffany Saw as the first recipient of the Outstanding Academic Achievement Award. She graduated in October and will begin her internal medicine residency at Creighton University in Arizona. Second, I am pleased to announce Dr. Matthew White as the second recipient of the Outstanding Academic Achievement Award. Dr. White graduated in April and will begin a preliminary residency position in surgery at the Mayo School of Graduate Medicine in Minnesota. Dr. White is the recipient of a Canadian Scholarship and the Student Engagement Scholarship as well. Congratulations. The third and final award, Outstanding Academic Achievement Award, I'm pleased to announce Dr. Morgan Leigh Sly. Morgan Lee Sly. Dr. Sly, if you're here. Dr. Sly graduated in December and will begin an interventional radiology residency at the Henry Ford Macomb Hospital, also a recipient of the Canadian Scholarship. All right, a round of applause for the super smarties, right? So those are the Academic Achievement Awards for the class of 2022, and congratulations to all three recipients on that impressive accomplishment. In this moment, I would like to say how wonderful it is to see all of you, to be reminded of all the adventures we've had together over the past several years, how much I've enjoyed working with you and for you, and how proud and pleased I am that you are becoming my colleagues. And I look forward to the continued opportunities to work closely with AUC in my new leadership role. So thank you for everything that you have given to me and to us. It's an inspiration.
Before we move on, I think we need to take a moment to recognize Dr. Taylor for her years of service as Chief Academic Officer and Associate Dean for Academic and Student Affairs. Dr. Taylor joined AUC in 2014, and you may not know, but she was instrumental in driving major improvements in student academic performance and your experience as students. During Hurricane Irma in 2017, Dean Taylor, along with Dr. Chumley and other institutional leaders, got on that telephone and navigated the monumental task of finding an entire medical school from which St. Martin can move to temporarily in the UK. She did this in less than a month. She then created an opportunity out of the hurricane by establishing a multi-campus model for AUC, a campus in Preston, UK, which is still standing and growing. And when the COVID-19 hit in early 2020, Dr. Taylor successfully led the transition of medical sciences to remote learning. And she also oversaw the development and implementation of a new systems-based curriculum for medical sciences, which was launched in September of 2021. So throughout all of this, Dean Taylor has worked continuously still in her primary care practice as a family physician. She's also served as the president of the Academy of Breastfeeding Medicine. And she's currently working on the World Health Organization enhancement of breastfeeding policies and programming. We wish her well as her new role as Senior Associate Dean for International Medical Education at Adtalem. Please join me for a round of applause. Okay. So now, as Assistant Dean of Community Engagement, I have the pleasure of announcing the Excellence in Community and University Service Awards. AUC presents the Excellent in Community University Service Awards to recognize and celebrate exemplary records of community engagement and stories of personal and professional development that come from these community experiences. As you know, the community engagement thread is firmly woven into the tapestry and culture of AUC. And our practice is to work in the community on projects that align with local priorities and provide experiences that enrich student learning and identity development. Students are able to go out into the community and get real-life examples of what they learn in the classroom, and ask questions and challenge so that the knowledge becomes more real and their identity is more solidified. This year's essays were amazing and represented the commitment of AUC students to the community of St. Martin and their communities at home. The selection of the award recipients will be presented. Please come to the stage. The first recipient is Dr. Hayden Pollard. Dr. Pollard will begin a pediatrics residency at the Lady of Our Lakes Children's Hospital in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. She wrote, "As a student and a visitor on the island of St. Martin, I knew there was so much I could do to give back to the place that was allowing me to train in my field of my dreams." That's right. The next award will be presented to Dr. Ashlyn Brown. Dr. Brown will be starting her physical medicine and rehabilitation residency at Baylor College of Medicine, Texas Medical Center. In her closing essay, she wrote, "Though individual circumstances may be different, learning from and accepting each other's differences are essential to our existence. I believe that it's only through immersive experiences amongst those I differ from myself that I can successfully thrive and contribute to diverse communities as a physician." Congratulations. Our third award is presented to Dr. Pasha Shenison. Wow. Dr. Shenison will start a general surgery residency at St. Joseph's University Medical Center in New Jersey. Dr. Shenison was nominated by his spouse, who said that he was always dedicated to helping his classmates, even when she questioned him not devoting more time to himself. And he responded, "If I failed because I helped my classmates, then I should have never succeeded." And last but not least, the fourth award is presented to Dr. Hannah Chan. Dr. Chan will start her residency in family medicine at Arrowhead Regional Medical Center in California. She wrote, "It has made me a better human being in the world that desperately needs physicians who not only have solid clinical backgrounds, but more importantly, ones that exude empathy and compassion." Dr. Chan is joining us virtually today, so please give her a round of applause. I now have the pleasure of asking Dr. Kimberly Kirkland, Associate Dean of Student Affairs, to come back to the stage and begin to announce our graduates.
All right, the moment moments we have all been waiting for. All right. Graduates, you will hand your card to me or Dr. Rinker as he will be announcing the second half of names. Once your name is called, please walk across the stage, hand your hood to either hooder, who will place your hood over your head. Dean Lucero will then hand you your diploma, and then you will shake hands with Dean Delgado and pose for a photograph. You will then exit the stage and return to your seat. Would the first row of graduates please stand? Just as a reminder, just come to the podium, hand me your card when I say your name, move across. Dr. Amr Abdu. Dr. Gulirama Ahmad. Dr. Alif Sattar Ahmed. Dr. Varda Zafar Alam. Dr. Alexis Hughes. Dr. Eloy Beno Alibien III. Dr. Emily Ann Alamia. Dr. Sophia Al-Jalani. Dr. Noor Al-Koder. Dr. Garrett Michael Allen. Dr. Daniel Edens Andrews IV. Dr. Brooke Antlicker. Dr. Alexandra Lynn Arnold. Dr. Michelle Ann Arsenault. Dr. Sharon Emolote Etienne. Dr. Chukwananso Azubwogo. Dr. Mujtaba Ali Hussein Baksh. Dr. Zachary Bassler. Dr. Shariza Grace Espartero Bezmanos. Dr. Daniel Bishev. Dr. Ashlyn Victoria Brown. Dr. Sandeep Buddha Raju. Dr. Janana Chaberovidich. Dr. Anna Victoria Kamagai. Dr. Bao Hawasau. Dr. Ashley Chertalis. Dr. Jonah Chavez. Dr. Gilmar Costa. Dr. Jordan Coiner. Dr. Alexander Cuevas. Dr. Caitlin Ulana Cupid. Dr. Rinky Desai.
It's out of order, so mine's,
Oh, I'm sorry.
it's okay.
Dr. Navina Delight. Here we go. Now we have Dr. Rinky Desai. Thank you. Dr. Marvi Dhaliwal. Dr. Austin Deal. Dr. Nicole Alyssa DiTomaso. Dr. Russell James Donovan. Dr. Natalie Rose Doze. Dr. Emily Welchelt Downing. Congratulations, Natasha. Dr. Natasha Driver. Dr. Edsel Brett Tirado Embry. Dr. Alexander Garcia. Dr. Iliodole Olawashe Badamashe. Dr. Gursiman Singh Grayval. Dr. Victoria Lee Grumbles. Dr. Rupin Gadikian. Congratulations. Dr. Darlene Rigoberta Gums. Our next graduate is Dr. Valerie Hardoon. Dr. Hardoon will be hooded by her father, Dr. Abe Hardoon, proud AUC graduate of 1986. Dr. Abe Hardoon is currently practicing as an internal medicine physician and is the founder of Suntree International Medicine in Melbourne, Florida. It's worth noting that there are other members of the Hardoon family as AUC alumni. Valerie's brother, Dr. Scott Hardoon, was class of 2008, and her cousin, Dr. Gary Hardoon, was class of 2012. Dr. Eileen Hernandez. Dr. Robert James Heisner. Dr. Jason Gregory Hogue. Dr. Stephen Todd Hollingsworth. Dr. Ellen Suzanne Howard. Dr. Jordan Holtz. Dr. Elizabeth Caballana, Imperial. Dr. Cyrus Irani. Dr. Abdullah Islam. Dr. Kamyar Jafari. Dr. Jenna Jarrell. Dr. Raquel Kaiser. Dr. DeConte K. Dr. Kahol Keen. Dr. Trey Kennedy. Dr. Ashley Kopek. Dr. Jenna Latona. Dr. Alexander Leadham. Dr. Rebecca Ann Cunningham McFarlane. Dr. Saman Mamaduza. Dr. Ismail Maynor. Dr. Glenn Elliott Martin, Jr. Dr. Shaylin Marvel. Dr. Orina Taba Mensa. Dr. Orina Taba Messick, no. Messick. So, okay. Sorry. Dr. Taylor Ellen Messick, no. Dr. Pratika Michelini. Dr. Betania Morenci. Dr. Brooke Caroline Mauer. Dr. Saye Nabati. Dr. Georgette Nader. Dr. Adam J. Nagakura. Dr. Gina Girish Nathwani. Dr. Gerald On No. Okay, we're going to stop. I'm going to change over. All right. At this time, I will call up Dr. Scott Rinker, Assistant Dean of Student Affairs, to announce the remaining students. Dr. Rinker is responsible for programs and resources that contribute to the AUC student experience in St. Martin, including new student orientation, the White Coat Ceremony, student conduct and professionalism, and the cross-functional care team. He sits on numerous campus committees and serves as the faculty advisor to the St. Martin SGA Council, Student Judiciary Committee, and the Student Experience Ambassador Program. Join me in welcoming Dr. Rinker. Oops, sorry.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's get rolling again. Dr. Portia Okiye. Dr. Lawrence Matsuo Okamoto. Dr. Karen Adenike Olurenfre. Dr. Ashley O'Neill. Dr. Devon Udall. Dr. Michalina Pando. Dr. Allison Perrell. Dr. Rahul Naresh Patel. Dr. Christina Perez Arce. Dr. Logan Pittman. Dr. Ngware Pokima. Dr. Hayden Taylor Pollard. Dr. Abram Mina Rezkala. He will be hooded by his brother Kyrillos Rezkala, class of 2019, who practices nephrology and critical care at Jersey Shore University Medical Center. Dr. Natalie Rivera Vargas. Dr. Chelsea Lynn Roundtree. Dr. Michael Julian Sadej. Dr. Andrew Salama. Dr. Hashini Samrasena. Dr. Morvarid Sanandaji. Dr. Jeremy Thomas Santorelli. Dr. Hector Santiago Colon. Dr. Mahir Supre. Dr. Demetria Salson. Dr. Ryan Salson. Dr. Jose Moises Sebastian Encarnacion. Dr. Malika Sharma. Dr. Nicole Shaw. Dr. Pasha Shenison. Dr. Hadir Sinawi. Dr. Bipinjeet Singh. Dr. Manpreet Singh Taki. Dr. Asvin Sivapalan. Dr. Morgan Lee Sly. Dr. Neda Sarabi. Dr. Lauren Stantley. Dr. Garish Runtham Swaminath. Dr. Medin Tafa. Dr. Christopher Logan Taylor. Dr. Amy Town. Dr. Matthew Jared Trahan. Dr. Tiffany Saw. Dr. Alan Raphael Tsayer. Dr. Ashley Turner. Dr. Mahulabin Upadaya. Dr. Zachary Lorne Upchurch. Dr. Brian Uzamba. Dr. Philip Isaac Van. Dr. Jessica Vasquez. Dr. Simran Vablasetti. Dr. Cameron Volpe. Dr. Carolyn Marie White. Dr. Matthew White. Dr. Kayla Renee Wilson. Dr. Eliran Eli Zadikov. Thank you. Dr. Farhana Zaman. Dr. Jonathan Madonic. Dr. Madonic will be hooded by his sister, Dr. Ashley Madonic Wilson. She's a graduate of 2014 and is a attending physician and clinical professor of emergency medicine in Hackensack. Dr. Alexandra Soloway. She will be hooded by Dr. Stephen Soloway, class of 1988. That concludes our graduates who were able to join us in person. We would now like to announce those graduates who are joining us today virtually. Dr. Syed Ahmed. Dr. Hannah Ying Chan. Dr. Mackie Chan. Dr. Yinju Cho. Dr. Justin Dapolito. Dr. Jonathan Victor Davidow. Dr. Sonia Mia Diaz. Dr. Marshall Fotso. Dr. Gagandeep Grewal. Dr. Hisam Joshangani. Dr. Michael Ka. Dr. Daniel Mark Landis. Dr. Carolyn McAllister. Dr. Jordan Muher. Dr. Merritt Mortensen. Dr. Misam Naqvi. Dr. Yasin Amir Nayel. Dr. Vikas Nukla. Dr. Bhavin Patel. Dr. Shai Ring. Dr. Nita Salim. Dr. Kirk Shepley. Dr. Victoria Jordan Smith. Dr. Jonathan Vu. Dr. Nicole Vong. Dr. Hong Yu Wang. Dr. Russell Indo Yamamoto. Dr. Martin Charles Young, Jr. Thank you very much. This completes the hooding ceremony. Next, I'd like to welcome Dr. Nuri Pirani, Associate Clinical Dean of the U.S., to the podium to give the Physician's Pledge Declaration of Geneva. Dr. Pirani is responsible for the educational and administrative oversight of AUC's clinical sciences sites in the U.S. She visits U.S. clinical sites regularly and leads innovative faculty development initiatives. She is an internal medicine physician by training. Please welcome Dr. Pirani.
Thank you, Dean Rinker. Those physicians in the audience and the graduates, if you would please rise and take your oath or retake your oath if you are a physician in the audience. Please read along with me. As a member of the medical profession, I solemnly pledge to dedicate my life to the service of humanity, the health and well-being of my patient will be my first consideration. I will respect the autonomy and dignity of my patient. I will maintain the utmost respect for human life. I will not permit considerations of age, disease, or disability, creed, ethnic origin, gender, nationality, political affiliation, race,
sexual orientation, social standing, or any other factor to intervene between my duty and my patient. I will respect the secrets that are confided in me, even after the patient has died. I will practice my profession with conscience and dignity, and in accordance with good medical practice. I will foster the honor and noble traditions of the medical profession. I will give to my teachers, colleagues, and students the respect and gratitude that is their due. I will share my medical knowledge for the benefit of the patient and the advancement of healthcare. I will attend to my own health, well-being, and abilities in order to provide care of the highest standard. I will not use my medical knowledge to violate human rights and civil liberties, even under threat. I make these promises solemnly, freely, and upon my honor. Congratulations, graduates. Dr. Delgado will now confer the degrees.
So this is it, the moment you've been waiting for, right? Building up for. Graduates, you have successfully completed the requirements for the degree of Doctor of Medicine. By the power invested in me by the Board of Trustees and attested to by the deans and faculty of the American University of the Caribbean School of Medicine, the degree of Doctor of Medicine is now bestowed on you. You may now move your tassels from right to left. Congratulations. And here's Dr. Humphrey again.
Please be seated. Two more things, guys. Each year, the graduating class is asked to select one of your fellow students to address the class from a list nominated by their faculty. Your class has spoken, and you have chosen Dr. Cristina Perez Archie. Dr. Perez Archie is the first in her family to earn a doctorate. She entered AUC after earning a bachelor's degree in biomedical sciences from the University of Central Florida. Her passion for community health led her to obtain a master's in public health from the University of Miami. During this time, she worked for the city of Miami on a public health initiative called Live Healthy Little Havana. While at AUC, Dr. Cristina Perez Archie has demonstrated remarkable leadership skills and boundless commitment to the AUC community through her extensive services to the SGA, spanning all 4 years of medical school. This included co-founding the SGA Research Symposium and SGA RISE core values, and leading and restructuring the SGA in an effort to create a stronger connection between medical and clinical sciences in St. Martin and UK. Dr. Perez Archie is the recipient of the Student Engagement Award, Empower Scholarship Award, and the SGA Service Award. This summer, she will begin her psychiatric residency at Nicholas Children's Hospital.
I said I wasn't going to cry. Good evening, AUC staff, faculty, administration, Board of Trustees, families, friends, and graduates. I can't thank you all enough for affording me this opportunity. It's my honor today to deliver the student commencement address for this incredible student body. My journey to medical school started the first time I sat my dad down and I told him I was changing my major to pre-med and that I wanted to be a doctor, the first in my family. As a hospice chaplain, he was familiar with the rigorous path of his colleagues that were doctors. His response was, "That's a nice dream." It was the beginning of an excellent lesson. Sometimes life is about risking everything for a dream no one can see but you. So I toiled on. I finished my undergraduate degree, got my master's in public health, and when it came time to apply for medical school, my dream led to my acceptance at AUC after successfully completing the Medical Education Readiness Program. The only thing was, I had to inform my parents that my dream would require me to move to an island that had just been devastated by a Category 5 hurricane. You can imagine our shock arriving to the island surrounded by sunken ships and destroyed buildings, but at the end of the road was AUC. It's a true honor to have been a student at AUC, an experience of a lifetime. During our time at AUC, we gained more than just medical knowledge. We overcame our doubts, fears, and we learned resilience by navigating not only the rigors of medical school, but also an island that was rebuilding and a pandemic that made the world stand still. We fostered inclusivity amongst our campus of different cultures, backgrounds, and interests. We gained the fundamentals of service that extended beyond the walls of our campus and into the community through Community Action Day, and a standard of excellence that set us apart in our clinical rotations and attaining residency placement. We learned to rise, and most importantly, we became an AUC family. Through this international learning experience, which provided a diverse learning community and emphasized social accountability and engagement, we have made considerable strides into becoming globally minded and socially accountable physicians. I am beyond excited to see what AUC's class of 2022 will accomplish. Graduates, I want you all to take a moment to remind you, when you signed up to be a medical student, you signed up for a never-ending learning journey. Starting with dissecting your first cadaver, all the first aid pages you read, the never-ending sketchy medical videos you watched, the Anki deck you let pile up, the UWorld block you took too long to review, your first patient presentation on routes that had way too much detail, and the first time you got the look of death from the scrub tech for breaking the sterile field. Most of all, you signed up for the moments of kindness you must show when caring for someone's loved one, for the impact you stand to make and the insight you gain in the dedicated service of others. We are ultimately tasked with preserving and restoring the health of our communities. There's no other profession I'd rather be a part of. Today, the dream of mine only I could see, this dream we all signed up for, is finally a reality. So I wish to express my appreciation to AUC staff, faculty, administration, and Board of Trustees. Thank you for believing in us, imparting your knowledge of theory and practice on us, and working to make our dreams a reality. I want to congratulate and thank all the parents, significant others, and all those who made up student support systems. Today would not be possible without each one of you. Lastly, but not least, to the class of 2022, our presence here today is a testament to our dedication to learning. We are evidence that if you're not willing to learn, no one can help you. If you're determined to learn, no one can stop you. As you go through your residency and beyond, never stop learning, and never forget that unstoppable determination that led you to this day. May it continue to fuel even greater aspirations and endeavors. Congratulations, thank you.
Dr. Archie Perez. Dr. Archie Perez, you don't want to forget this. I would like now to welcome one of AUC's alumni board members and a 2010 graduate, Dr. Hovig Artinian, to the podium on behalf of the Alumni Association. Dr. Artinian did his residency in pediatric at UCSF Fresno and completed a fellowship in pulmonology at Children's Hospital Los Angeles and a sleep medicine fellowship at Case Western Reserve University in Cleveland, Ohio. Currently, Dr. Artinian is a pediatric pulmonologist at Helen DeVos Children's Hospital in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Good evening and congratulations again. Dear family and friends, we are in the presence of greatness. We are in a sea of green, of overcomers. Today's story is a celebration of that overcoming and persevering spirit that has led you to this day, my dear colleagues, and I am thrilled and honored that I get to be one of the last folks to congratulate you on this exceptional journey that you've gone through. Certainly you've faced challenges, certainly you've overcome those challenges, and today we celebrate that because nevertheless, y'all persisted. When an advisor came to you and said, maybe you should be a dentist, or some test tried to convince you that you aren't gonna be able to make it to med school, luckily and thankfully, y'all persisted. When there was a hurricane and you had to move to another island, thankfully, y'all persisted. When there was a pandemic and you had to move back to your parents' basement and learn virtually, thankfully, y'all persisted. And for about 30 of you going into pediatrics, when this fool kept sending your personal statement back to you and saying, do it again, thankfully, y'all persisted, and hopefully it was helpful. And now I get to welcome you with a pin that you all should have received on your chair. And I want to take a moment to acknowledge what this pin represents and the history of persistence through challenges that you now get to be a part of. These challenges and barriers are not going to end, my friends. They really aren't. The point of what I want to say, and hopefully what you will see when you look at that pin, is to continue persisting. Because when you become a doctor, which you all now are, welcome to insurance land. There's gonna be insurances that tell you no. What are you gonna do? You're gonna persist and find a way to get your patient what they need. You're gonna have families that take 3 or 4 buses to come see you, and they're gonna be 45 minutes late. What are you gonna do? You're gonna smile, you're gonna say thank you for coming. It's okay, I'll be late to dinner. And you're gonna see them, and you're gonna persist with them to find a way to remove those barriers for their child's care or for their own care. That's right. You're gonna have patients that speak different languages from you, and you're gonna find a way to be able to communicate with them and create that amazing bond, that amazing therapeutic alliance that ensures that they look at you not just as ordinary, but as epic, as their physician, because you will persist through with them. And if you're anything like me, you're going to lose your hair at the business people who are taking over medicine. They're going to come up with all sorts of ways to make your life wonderful. And you're going to find a way to persist, remembering always, my friends, that you can do their job tomorrow. They can't do yours. And when pandemics or other fun life events get in the way of trying to bring us all together, we will have moments like this to remember how that persistence paid off. And today we are cocooned by our family, both blood relatives as well as chosen family, who always persisted with us. And for that, the words thank you will never be enough. Each of us will never be able to pay them back enough for what they have done, suffered through with us. And the only way we will be able to express our gratitude to all of you, my dear cheerleaders, is to pay it forward to the next group that comes after you, to put your hand back and pull them forward, even as you keep pulling forward with your own career and your own profession. Thank you to all of you for persisting with them. And at this time, if I may ask all of y'all to stand. Not you guys can keep sitting. Yeah, sorry, thank you. And please take that pin, and I know the tradition is that you pin yourself, but I think we're gonna start something a little bit new, because no doctor ever made it to doctor by themselves. So please take that pin and pin the person next to you, and take a look at what that means and what that persistence means as a team. Welcome to the AUC alumni, my dear colleagues. It is such a privilege for me to be one of the first to be able to say, Doctor. Congratulations to all of you, and congratulations to our graduates.
This will now conclude our 2022 commencement ceremony. Now our stage party and then our graduates will exit the room. After the graduates exit, we invite all friends and families to join their graduates outside. Thank you for coming and safe travels back home.